Today we're taking a look at a very capable dive watch. It is a Sinn, it's the U1S. So this is the black version of the U1. And we're also going to be looking at some straps from Strap Habit, and specifically one that was done in collaboration with Brodinky for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and all the proceeds for the strap that you're going to see in this video actually will go to the American Cancer Society. So let's flip the camera and take a look at a Sinn, and of course, find out how you could help support the American Cancer Society. So it's not something that I talk about often here on my channel. This is a watch channel after all, but my father did pass away from cancer. That happened about 15 years ago. He had mesothelioma. If you're not familiar with it, don't look it up. Do yourself a favor. It was pretty quick. He died within 6 months of his diagnosis. And my mother had also some cancer issues. My grandmother had cancer issues. Cancer is a big problem, obviously. So when Strap Habit, the guys over there, reached out to me and said, hey, we're doing a collaboration with Brodinky. We made these straps. They did this last year. They raised about $10,000 for the American Cancer Society. And they're doing it again this year. Essentially, the strap that you see on this Sinn U1S, and we're going to talk about this watch in just a few minutes. This is a $35 strap, and 100% of the proceeds goes to the American Cancer Society. So a really good cause, and of course, this definitely touches a lot of our lives. Cancer obviously touches a lot of our lives. I've had a lot of experience with cancer, unfortunately, and we can do something about it. So $35, all of the proceeds. So they're not taking anything from that. $35, all of it goes to cancer. That's awesome. So definitely check out this strap. I will put a link down in the description below. Of course, they sell other straps there, so pick up a few straps. I'll show you a couple of straps throughout this video. So this is a Sinn. It's actually the first Sinn that I have featured here on my channel. It is the U1, so this is made out of U-boat steel, submarine steel. And when I tell you, this watch feels significantly heavier for one reason or another than a standard stainless steel watch. It just feels very substantial, almost like this is made out of gold or something. It's that heavy. And of course, it's a 1,000 meter dive watch. So that's the U and the 1. And then the S is because this is in a tegimented steel that is coated in black. So this gets an entire coating in black, and everything is matte finished. So you can see everywhere on the case, on the bezel, everything is in a black matte finish. You have the crown right here at the 4 o'clock position. Obviously that is for comfort. This is not a small watch, it's around 44 millimeters. You have around a 6.7 millimeter crown and a 14.5 millimeter thickness. Considering you have 1,000 meters of water resistance, that's pretty good. You have a flat sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, and you have a 50 millimeter lug to lug. So the lug to lug isn't huge, but it isn't small either. So 50 millimeters is on the larger side. The lug span here is 22 millimeters. I think they have this strap. By the way, this is a pink strap. It's their FKM rubber strap, which is really nice. And this actually has the PVD coated buckle to match the case. And it actually has the Strap Habit logo right there. And then the B for Habit in the Habit portion is the Brodinky logo. So a little bit of an Easter egg right there, which is cool. And honestly, a beautiful curved end, as you can see right there, rubber strap. Really nice. And this is 22 millimeters, so obviously this is a strap monster. I believe they offered this with a bracelet. I would imagine that bracelet would make this even heavier. This is a very, very heavy watch. This is a watch that has been copied. I've actually featured I believe it was an homage to this exact watch on my other channel, and it had very similar look to this. So you have sort of a syringe hand for the hour and that minutes. It's red and white, so very, very legible against that matte black background. And then you have indices that sort of mimic the hands. And the way that they do that is that basically each one of the indices are loomed. So you have little loomed rectangles. And then because there is a minute track where the hour is, it basically is touching the indice. So it looks like a little bit of a syringe, sort of. And then you just have that minute track that's in white. It says Sinn at the top of the dial. There's an extra little bit of an indice dash there to give you orientation in the dark. It says U1 automatic, and then of course water resistance below that. The second hand here is in red and white as well. Extremely legible. That's the point of this watch. That red and white motif, again, carried into the bezel. All the minute markers past the 15 minutes are in red, and then the actual hour markers are in white. The first 15 minutes all in white. The bezel action on this is really good. This has a secure bezel, so they call it a captive bezel. I've seen other brands do it, but obviously it really is keeping with the theme here. You have something that is really a true tool watch. Basically means that this bezel is screwed in. It cannot come off. If you knock this against a rock while you're diving, it will not pop off of the case. So, you know, most bezels will pop off if you really hit them hard. You would have to hit them very, very hard. So they are very, very secure. This just takes it to another level, which is kind of cool. They're just trying to think of everything that is possible to think of. Let's listen to the bezel action. It's very different from most watches that I have featured here on my channel. It's a little bit muted. It feels really nice. The clicks are very precise. I think it's around a 60 click bezel. There is a lot of wiggle in the bezel right there. You can see that, but it is a little disappointing that there's actual wiggle in it. You can see it will stay in that position. So that is strange for such a over-engineered watch. They kind of overlook that. It could be because this is a used model. Obviously, this is a watch that has been worn, so may not be 100% still, but there you go. And then the case back is just a matte case back. It has information on the watch. It just says U1. Very, very straightforward, very German. Obviously, it's a German-made watch. Screwed in case back, screwed in crown, and again, you get 1,000 meters of water resistance. Very quickly, I'm going to throw it on my wrist. We'll talk about prices. I'm going to talk about used prices because I'm not sure this is currently available. I'm not sure they currently make this specific model anymore. And they do make other versions of it, but this specific model, I'm not sure they still make. On wrist today, I have my Vicentera. This has a miniature grade 5 titanium globe in it. And this is a grade 5 titanium watch. It's a really cool watch. And this is on a strap habit. I think they call this a hook and loop strap, but it's a Velcro strap that is super comfortable and looks amazing on this watch. I really do like it. It's sort of a gray, but it has a little tinge of blue in it, or purple. Looks really good with this blue and silver dial. There it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. I did not mention that this does get a Sellita SW200, so it does get a Swiss automatic movement inside. However, technically this is made in Germany. This is a 44 millimeter watch. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. This is around 14.5 millimeters thick, and you have almost a 50 millimeter lug span, but it looks perfectly at home on my 7.5 inch wrist. Very substantial, very heavy watch, but obviously that is really not a bad thing. Look at it. It's really good looking, and it obviously screams, I'm a tool watch. These go for around $1,800 to up to around $3,000, depending on the condition, if you get box and papers and all that good stuff. And I think that's actually a pretty good price considering all the little details that you get on this watch. And it's basically a watch that you could wear through the Armageddon and it'll survive. There you go. Lume is very, very good on here. It's pretty liberally applied to the hands, a little less liberally applied to the indices and that triangle on the bezel, which gives you orientation in the dark, and also that little extra hash that you have underneath the 12 o'clock index. That obviously gives you a little bit of orientation in the dark as well. You have a loomed second hand, very lightly loomed. The portions that are white on that second hand are loomed. I do want to mention you also get a date on this watch. It's at 3 o'clock. It is color matched and it almost disappears into the dial. I really like that. You have the date. It's there when you want it. It's not when you don't want to see it. And you could basically forget about it. And when you want to know the date, you could look at your watch. But then again, I don't really care about the date, so I never actually set my date. I do care about the date. I always know what date it is because of my job, so I never have to look at my watch for the date. Anyway, guys, don't forget to check out Strap Habit. Don't forget to check out this specific strap on their website. Only $35, and 100% of those proceeds go to the American Cancer Society. Obviously something that is near and dear to my heart, near and dear to their heart as well, because obviously they've had some run-ins with cancer as well, and that's kind of why they're doing this. So definitely check out their website, buy some straps, definitely buy one of these straps for 35 bucks. It's absolutely worth it, and you really cannot go wrong. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. I will catch you guys in the next video.